When you see a lot of pumping of things like Shiba Inu, it usually means that something's about to happen that really matters. Interestingly enough, when I scrolled down on this, I found something that probably really matters, and we'll take a look at that. But were you aware that Japan has set to recognize XRP as a regulated financial asset? I did a video about Japan being the source of liquidity coming over here across the pond. I think I'll put the card up in the upper right hand corner. Well, while they're turning your attention to Shiba Inu, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is predicting record crypto market highs in 2026 amid regulatory optimism. We're going to take a look at that too. Hi, I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It, and let's talk about it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
And I hope the mic does sound right. Yeah, something's about to pop off because whenever they put Shiba Inu in front of your face like they do, it's usually to get you to spend your money somewhere where they do want you to spend it so that you don't spend it where they don't want you to spend it. Did that make any sense? Let me say that again. It usually means they want you to commit your money to something that they want you to commit it to so that you don't have it available to commit it to what they don't want you to commit it to. And these two articles are going to go in order of that. What do they want you to commit it to? Well, they want you to commit it to the lottery ticket called Shiba Inu. It's just like the Powerball that gets up into the hundreds of millions and billions, and they pump it up and pump it up, and it how does it get to the hundreds of millions and billions?
Hmm?
Because people were putting their money in it, but
Hmm.
not a lot of people are winning it, are they? And so that's the whole point. And once your money goes on that lottery ticket and your numbers don't come up, your money is gone. And this is a lottery ticket. It's called Shiba Inu. Now, they talk about key metrics are bullish enough to increase the possibility of a proper bullish recovery. Well, all crypto right now needs a bit of a recovery. And so they're talking about this Shiba Inu because the potential for gain is so great because it's so cheap and you can get so many and you can feel fulfilled saying, "Oh, I have about 30 million Shiba Inu and it didn't cost you much at all." You see my point? Now that's a good thing when you buy the little coins that are actually doing something. That's the key. When this Clarity Act comes out, I assure you folks, a lot of crypto is going to fail. It's going to be illegal. It's going to be counterfeit money. It's going to be baseball cards. It's going to be what do they call them things before that it was a test, but now they really use it? Uh, non-fungible tokens. It's going to be collector's items, folks. That's what it's going to be. And if you like the content I'm providing, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, and then come back for more DK Will Talk About It. So they tell you all these wonderful things about it, but if you dig a little deeper, because I'm not going to waste my breath anymore on Shiba Inu, you'll see what really matters. The XRP burn metric surges as prolonged price pullback nears its end. You get my point? Spend your money here so that you won't have the money to spend here. XRP's burn rate has surged modestly in the last day, signaling a potential shift in market structure as network activity begins to rise after multiple days of being low. And the multiple days of being low is the effort to dash the sentiment of the retail investor, to shake out the holdings of the retail investor, because most people who may have put, say, $3,000 in their portfolio on crypto, and they pop it open and are not familiar with the crypto markets, and all they see is my $3,000 is only $1,700. I'm bailing. Now I know that's true. I've talked even to my own son, who told me that he gave up on it because he kept losing money. Let me say this one more time. Nobody makes any money and nobody loses any money until somebody sells something. When you sell, you want to sell high. And when you buy, you want to buy low. And no matter what it says on paper, until you commit, you haven't lost anything. Patience is a virtue. It goes on to say that XRP has been retesting $1.87. Following the surge in the XRP burn activity, the amount of XRP burned as fees have surged modestly by about 1% over the last day, hitting about 400 XRP on January 25th. That's only going to increase, and there are some things that are going to certainly help it increase. Things like this: Japan set to recognize XRP as a regulated financial asset. Now, you know, SBI Holdings has been with Ripple from the very beginning, pretty much, and they are the largest shareholder of Ripple, but they are also the country that makes the greatest use of XRP. Japan plans to classify XRP as a regulated financial product under its updated crypto laws, signaling tighter oversight and clearer rules for digital assets. It's coming, folks. Do you really think the US is going to sit on its duff and not move forward? Japan taking the lead? Well, at this point, they kind of have taken the lead. But do you think that the US is going to not try to sprint and catch them on the stretch? Absolutely. Japan has moved to classify XRP as a financial product, eyeing quarter two 2026 implementation. Now let's put that in perspective. Quarter two, we are in quarter one, January, February, March. That's quarter one. Quarter two starts April. Don't be no fool on April Fools. Market analysts notes that the change could take effect by quarter two, bringing XRP under the country's Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. So, in other words, the U.S. has time to run in the stretch and get it passed while Trump is sitting there with his pen ready to sign this crypto law, this Clarity Act, into place. And Japan is giving a little bit of a push. Japan's proposed classification of XRP under the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act marks a major step in formalizing digital asset regulation by clarifying Clarity Act, by clarifying compliance for exchanges, institutions, and retail investors. It reduces legal uncertainty and strengthens the trading environment. Currently, the nation is leveraging the XRP ledger as the foundation of its emerging tokenized economy. At the turn of the year in January, they were supposed to be at 100%. My video covers that. I hope if I find it, I'll put it here. They came in at 80%, but then they've been increasing. So they could be at 100% now. The conclusion is Japan's decision to classify XRP as a financial product is a landmark moment for the token and the wider crypto market. By offering clear regulatory guidance, Japan protects investors while creating conditions that could draw significant institutional interests. So then what do you think is going to happen what we covered back here where it said following the surge in XRP burn activity, the amount of XRP burned as fees has surged modestly by about 1% over the last day. Now, 1% is big numbers the bigger the numbers get. 1% of one is a penny. 1% of 100 is $1. And 1% of 1,000 is $10. You get the point? So Japan is pushing the envelope to get things moving. As quarter 2026 nears, global markets will watch closely, with Japan's stance likely influencing how other major economies regulate XRP. This move underscores the growing integration of digital assets into mainstream finance, signaling a shift from speculative trading to recognized financial instruments. Yes, you'll be using it, and you probably are already using it, and you don't even know it, just the same as the protocol for the internet. But somebody else has something to say that's probably a little bit more knowledgeable and insightful than what you're going to get from DK Will, the Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who predicts record crypto market highs in 2026 amid regulatory optimism. Well, Japan has set the ball off The US is getting off its stuff and trying to get it done. And now they're going to have to run on the stretch and catch Japan. But Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse forecasted new all-time highs for the cryptocurrency market in 2026 while he was at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, citing improved regulatory clarity and growing institutional adoption as key drivers. He put it in words: I'm very bullish, and yes, I'll go on record as saying I think we'll see an all time high. He doesn't think we'll see it, he knows we'll see it. He knows we'll see it. The same way he knew banks would be custody in crypto, and he said it on stage. And sure enough, although he was a couple months off, that's exactly what happened. I did a video about that too. It's in my past. You can find it if you like. I'll try to find the cards, but I won't work too hard for that. Go watch a early what you call them, playlist, and get information. I guarantee you, if you do, you'll probably find out that we do have insight here, and that we are pretty good. Nobody's perfect now, but we are pretty good at figuring out what's going on. We are pretty good at deciphering the lizard talk. And so when Garlinghouse is making predictions like that, and Standard Charters is making predictions like this, projecting XRP could reach $8 by 2026 and $12.50 by 2028, one thing you can depend on is that it's going to go up. However, I think it's going to go up faster than that. Keep this word in mind: overnight. Overnight. You will go to sleep one day and you'll be normal. And you'll wake up the next day and you'll be on cloud nine. That's how this baby's going to break out. I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. I think I've talked enough. I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.